Right, we're just gonna. So there was no sound on the last one, so I'm gonna give you guys a chance to get back on. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened then. I'm sure this will be fine now. Let's give you guys a chance to get back on. Right, let's find. First of all, we're gonna tell everyone. So welcome to my kitchen. Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right. Right. Let me just. Okay, guys. Can you? Anyone watching now? Can you just tell me if you can hear me? Kathy, can you hear me? Hi, Kathy. Good morning. I just want to know if you can hear me because the last one you couldn't. All right. Good. That's good. Were you on the other one, Kathy? The other one didn't have no sound. Were you there? I'm just going to quickly tell everyone that we're live. Good, Debbie. Good. Right. So let's wait for everyone to jump back on. I don't know what happened then, guys. Ah, you was, yeah. Okay. Hopefully they're all going to jump over. So I'm just quickly going to just tell everyone that we're live again. I have no idea why that happens. No idea at all. Okay. Right. Yes, you can hear me now, Michelle. So let's just give everyone a chance to get on. There was only 15 people on, so I'm not. I don't think it was that bad a problem. Hi, Elaine. Morning to you. So I want to. My plan is to carry on reading this from yesterday. The problem we had yesterday is I started reading it. The kids were here. I realized, some parts of this book aren't suitable for the kids. So I stopped reading it and we started reading this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Emily, thank you. Emily, that's brilliant. So we started reading this, which I remember we said this is £3 on Amazon, next day delivery. Sometimes a couple of days to deliver. So we went on to this because this is more kid friendly. I love this book. This is when everything goes wrong, we're going to jump onto this book. So we've got Elvis in the background, of course. Hi, Pet Caraval. Let's give you guys a chance. So, all right, we're back up to 13 people, so we're not far away. Hi, Jane. It broke. It broke. Houston, we have a problem. It's working now. Yes, Elaine, we just had it as well. So it's slushy snow. So I want to read this. Chapter 3, part 2. I think we were around page 64, I think. Maybe a bit further down. I'm going to start reading. Basically, when it starts getting a bit SA abuse. Hi, Pamela. You got snow, have you? Wow. Elaine, beautiful, white and fluffy. We don't have beautiful, white and fluffy. We do have a bit of snow, though. Hi, Cherie. Hi, Jean. Guys, have you got your coffees? Have you got your coffees, guys? Because we're going to be here a while. Let me just get my coffee, actually. We're going to be here a while, guys. I hope there's no rush. Ah, yes, coffee. Guys, I've got a coffee and a tea. There are no kids. They're at school. The wife has gone somewhere. My son has gone to work. My daughter has gone to work. We have got an empty house. All we've got is dogs, Ella and Princess. And in here with me now is just Ella. So if there's a delivery or a postman, they're going to bark. Welcome to my kitchen. I invite you into my kitchen, which is the main room that I spend my days in. And we're going to have a good old chat. So Sherry, no. Good. Right. Okay. So let me I just wanted to check something. I wanted to speak to you about membership because I wanted to thank the members. Okay. Right. Where are we? Okay, guys. Right. So how is everybody in their world? Everything good where you are? Hi, Pat. Hi, Philomena. I have never seen snow. Philomena. Actually, do you know what? We don't get it that often. Every 2 or 3 years, we get it. Obviously, the top end of England, Scotland, tends to get more snow. So what I was going to do, because I want to read this book to you guys, I wanted to read Darby Shaw's. There's a write-up on Darby Shaw, the Facebook page, which she's an amazing researcher, Darby Shaw. Please go and like her Facebook page. Of course, we have a Facebook page called Defending Elvis Presley, and we love it when you join it, and there's a chat on there that is 24/7. So I just quickly wanted to just thank the members. So I'll just do the last 10. But thank you so much. We have 71 members. So you guys know I'm trying to get it to 100. Once we get to 100, guys, we're going to do some personal lives. So the last 10 was Salvatore. Salvatore, where are you? We want to hear you singing, my friend. EP fan forever. Ayisa, Akabido, Emily, Aubrey, Badger, Karen, Thomas, Nutria, Nirvana, Angel Eyes, Helen, Mr. Chips. Mr. Chips, where have you been? Betty Heath, hi Betty, and Elizabeth. I just want to thank all 71 of you. Thank you so much for being members. It's only $1 a month. It's nothing, but we build up our own little membership base, which is very important to me, very important. So please become members, guys. So I just want to thank you guys for that. Anyone that's bought me a coffee or sent me a super thank you very much. It's very, very appreciated. It just shows me that you like what I do. Thanks, guys. It shows me some appreciation just for, me spending 7-8 hours, a day doing the research and posting these live streams every day. We do live streams 7 days a week, guys, at least 2 a day. Yeah. So I think we're the only channel that do that. Honestly, guys, I think we're the only channel that do live streams every day, 7 days a week, defending Elvis Presley. I love it. I love it. We come together as a family, defending Elvis every day. Right. Okay. Now, Kate sent me a message. I wanted to read it out. Let's read it out to you guys. Karen, you just click on the membership link and then follow the steps. But I would love you to be a member as well. Elaine, you're always busy. Busy. Right, let me just read. I will be attending the Christmas lighting ceremony. We'll be meeting up with Amy too. Oh, that's cool. Are you on about next year? Yeah. Elaine, you're on about next year, aren't you? Yeah. Going to Graceland. Yeah. Is that correct? This time next year. Right. Hi, Louis. It's Kate. There is a chunk missing from your book on page 85. So we know, guys, that on the book From Here to the Great Unknown, that the British book and some other countries have missing sections in it about the alleged SA abuse of Michael Edwards. Yeah. So, right. Okay. Elaine is going in 2025, this time next year. Yeah, you're so lucky, Elaine. I'd love to go. I would absolutely love to go. Who knows? Who knows, guys? One day I may. I'd like, do you know what? Even though I'd like to take my wife, I'd like to take my twin brother. My twin brother is an Elvis fan. I'd like to go with my twin brother. I would love that. Considering my wife's not a big Elvis person, but my twin brother is. So, Elaine, I'll meet you there with my twin brother, Andreas. Ah, you've been saving for it. Right. Or you're just loaded. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. So we've got... So Kate says, your book on page 85, after Lisa says, I think I was 10, your book goes on to the spanking bit. It misses out that he puts his hands under her sheets. Lisa moved so he would stop. He tells her he was going to teach her what happens and puts his hands on parts of her body where men would touch her up. You can imagine. I don't know if I'm allowed to put it in the comments. Not good. It also mentions her telling her mum in the car and what she does. It misses all this out in your book. It's quite a bit. I don't understand why I'm missing. It's missing. I'll try and keep with you and see if anything else is missing if you want to know. Thanks. This is Kate, who is Elvis and Lisa Marie Forever. Kate, are you on? I'll just tell her again that we're live. I did say to her we're live. Kate, thank you for that comment. We know about this, don't we? You might go for my 60th. Jane, yes. I'd like to go for my 60th. Obviously, I'm 57. I'm 60 July the 10th, 1967. I'd like to go. But I have been... I've been nagging my wife and saying to her, I want to do some Elvis events this year. Now, there's one in Bournemouth I'd like to go to. So, obviously, I want to go to the... Emily just sent me a coffee. Emily, thank you. Thank you for the coffee. Emily, it's so kind of you. Honestly, it really means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Emily. Thank you. That's so, so kind. Anyone that sends me a coffee, guys, you make my day. Right, let's have a look. Misha, it isn't in the UK book, but it is in the Audible book. Someone told me it's not in the Australian book as well. Is that true? It is a dream come true. So let me just quickly catch up with your comments. Pat says, Karen, if you go to the topic Louis is going to do, it says more, it's all right there. Let's have a look. Can you do it now? I'm retired. More always wanted to go for years. Always promised myself I would. Can do it now. I'm retired. Can't do it now. Elaine, that's brilliant. I wish I could go. It's a pipe dream for me. Hope you and Amy have the best time together. Definitely. Let's have a look. Just checking your comments, guys. So anyway, thank you to... right, there we are. Kathy's confirmed it because I remember this. It's not in the Australian book as well. So I think there's an audio section of the essay, of the alleged essay abuse. If I had that, I would play it to you now. Do any of you have that? There's an audio section. I saw it on, I think I saw it on TikTok or I saw it on YouTube, just a short that only lasts about a minute that says that part of the book that's missing. So if I had it, I'd play it, guys. Let's have a look. All right, Kate, is that Kate that sent it? Catherine Bertrand, are you the one that sent me this information about the missing part of the book? Catherine, if you go for your 60th birthday in 2027, it will be the 50th anniversary. So that would be epic. Totally take your bro. Going with a fan is, but I'll be honest with you, I'd love to take my brother because he would love it. He would absolutely love it. I'd be fine with my wife, but come on, you've got to be an Elvis fan to really like have that feeling. But I have been saying to my wife this year and next year, I want to do some more Elvis events because there's a chance I'll get to meet some of you guys. Yeah. And I'm not going to meet any of you guys if I sit in my kitchen all the time. So I am pushing that we go to events. Okay. And you guys would love my twin brother. You'd really like him. My twin brother is really, really, really nice guy. You'd love him. He actually does have his own YouTube channel, but he's into ham radio. I don't know if you know, any of you guys know what that is. Ham radio. And he has like 35,000 subscribers. And his ham radio channel is massive, massive. I'll type the name of his. He's got a funny name. This is the name of his channel. Yeah, M0FXB, my twin. It's a massive channel. So he's obsessed with his YouTube channel as well, just like I am. Yeah. Take your wife too and kids, but they can pick and choose what they attend, and you and your bro will go to everything. That would be perfect. That would be perfect. Now, my wife isn't too bad. Like for my birthday, she took me to she's taken me to 2 Elvis events, and we enjoyed it. We had a really nice time. The kids loved it. Yasmin and Tino are fans of Elvis. Yasmin and Tino, they are fans of Elvis. So, no. Well, I mean, he would, if he walked in the room, he would sit with me and talk with you guys, but he's on his channel. He's on his channel in his house. But me and my twin are very, very close. Very, very close. But thanks, Pat. I need another let me try and read this. Karen, I need another craniotomy to remove another aneurysm. Then I'll ask my surgeon if I can fly then. Oh, Karen, we send you love. We send you love, Karen. I have to, right, let's have a look. Louis, do you have other siblings? I have 5 kids with my wife. Yeah. My wife is the mother of all 5. And yes, I have a 27-year-old son called Andreas. 28. A 28-year-old son called Andreas, who I saw last week. We're very close. And yes, I've got 2 sisters, one called Vivian, one called Dora, 2 sisters Dora is 59 and no, Dora is 60 and Vivian is 59. I see them quite a lot. Guys. They like Elvis as well. They're Elvis fans. But all my family, other than our family and my brother's family, obviously my sister's families, are all in Cyprus. I have a lot of family in Cyprus. Yeah, come on, Karen. We all fully support you and hope the best for you. Team Elvis, innit? We stick together. So, right, I want to read Darby Shaw's thing, and then we're going to go on to reading that book. This is the plan. This is Tino. I took Tino to school today. This is Tino in his school, putting his coat up. So cute. obviously I do all the school runs, guys, because my wife's busy. Right, let's find this Darby Shaw. Now, Darby Shaw is a fantastic Facebook page. She's brilliant. I love her Facebook page. I love going to her Facebook pages and reading it out to you because it's just so good. So I think we did read this once before, but I thought we should read it again because it relates. It does relate. Let me just have a look. This is the picture that she's put up. Priscilla with a mask. Now, remember, we're not a Priscilla hate channel. We're just exposing her wrongdoing so that we can defend Elvis and his bloodline. Yeah? So I'm going to read that. But before I read it, I'm going to warm my coffee up and my tea. So that this is going to take a while. I'm not rushing. We're in no rush. There's no pressure on me because my wife isn't here. I'm going to add a bit of water. Okay. So we're going to read Darby Shaw. Okay, let's get the tea. Get the tea. I'm going to put a bit of honey in it as well, guys. Let's make it a bit tastier. We need honey in the tea. Okay. Bit of honey. Touch more milk. God, that weather is terrible, guys. Terrible weather. Right, I've actually got 2 teas. I'm going to put it all here ready, and we are going to read. Read. I'm not sure how. It took us a while to get going, but it's okay. Okay. Right, let's have a look at your comments. Okay, so we've got 33 people watching. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, please like. I hope you've all got your cups of tea. You can watch the Graceland lighting ceremony on the 21st of November. I had to watch it Sunday because I was on vacation. I thought it was really good, except for Priscilla. Hi, Jean. Hi, Lorna. So, Karen, you've ordered your book from Amazon. Yeah, which book? Oh, you mean the little one? This one, is this the one you mean? Okay, now the sun's gone a bit weird, which means, let's have a look. I'll try and sit back a little bit. Let's just, okay, let's shut that. Okay, now we're going to read Darby Shaw's. I'm just going to move this forward. We definitely, I'm not getting snow at the moment. I'm just bringing this nearer to me so that the sun isn't, I'm going to sit back a bit so that the sun isn't so in my face. Okay, got my cup of tea. Right, are we ready? I'm going to read this out, guys. I've sat back a bit. You've got Elvis in the background. The sun's not in my face yet. So, Darby Shaw, Sunday Reflections. So she did this on a Sunday. So I think this write-up is how Priscilla Presley, or Bulow, whatever you want to call her, is trying to play down this book and say this book is incorrect and blame it on Lisa Marie, that she says things she regrets that aren't true. This is what we feel that Priscilla is trying to do. Now, remember, we are defending Elvis Presley. So we see this book from the point of view of defending Elvis and the bloodline. Very important, guys. Okay, let me just check. You can, right. In From Here to the Great Unknown, Lisa Marie's memoir pulls back the curtain on Priscilla in a way that never has been done before. And this is why we love the book. This book is truth. Truth. This book, in my opinion, is fake. Written to make the public around the world think that Priscilla was a victim and that Elvis was a bad guy. Finally, we have truth. Finally, and we believe every word in this book, every word. So let me just keep going. Priscilla in a way that's never been done before. While Michael Edwards hinted at some of these truths, his reputation took a hit due to his unsettling confessions regarding Lisa. However, now a new version of Priscilla emerges in our response to Lisa's book. A carefully constructed mask that seeks to cover up her underlying intentions. Now, guys, let's just read Elaine's comment. Yes, and that's another thing. Deluded. Priscilla Bulow fans are saying Lisa is lying in her book, as she was on drugs when she did the tapes, clutching at straws for excuses as they cannot face the truth. Now, that doesn't surprise me. Not 1 ounce does that surprise me. And it's just so unfair, isn't it? It's so unfair that, let's think about it, guys. So I'm not sure how long ago that Lisa decided she was going to put these words onto tape. Yeah, we actually got snow now, guys. Actually, it is snowing. But anyway, Elaine, we got snow as well. So anyway, my point is this. Now, really, I would say, I'm just guessing now, but I would say that Priscilla had no idea that Lisa Marie was doing this. What do you think, Elaine? Can I ask you that question? Can I ask you guys, do any of you think that Priscilla knew about the tapes that Lisa was making? I'm interested to know your answer to that, guys. Seriously, I'm very, very interested to know if any of you thought she started to do the tapes in 2019, I think. Yes, but, Elaine, can I ask you? Yes. So Elaine says no. Now even that changes things. Even the fact that remember, here at Team Elvis, we like to think outside the box, yeah? So even that, if you imagine Lisa Marie at home, obviously she's gone through hell. We know this, of course, with Benjamin. She does have problems with medications and tablets and painkillers and all the rest of it. She's very unwell, in a lot of pain. Now, hi, Renee. So we've got Renee at Hidden Minds, amazing YouTube channel, Hidden Minds. Please subscribe to him. So you imagine Lisa Marie makes a decision around 2019. Yes, we love Renee. To write this book. She doesn't want to write it, type it out. She doesn't use a writer. She just puts it on tapes, and at some point, I don't know when, asks Riley if Riley will help her finish these tapes. So Priscilla, in my opinion, there's a strong chance she had no idea that Lisa was doing these tapes. Now that makes me wonder, guys. It makes me go, especially now that we know what's in the book, it makes me go, Lisa wanted secrets to be exposed. Lisa wanted wrongdoing to be exposed in the world, not just to Riley, in the world. Lisa wanted the alleged SA abuse of Michael Edwards to be exposed. She wanted it out there. Now, she didn't think she was going to die. There's no way she thought she was going to die. Now, one of the questions I ask you is this. Was Lisa going to release this book while she was alive? Or was this a private book to be released one day? Can I ask that question? Was the intention to release this book while she was alive? Or was it like further down the road? So can you answer that, guys? Let me just check your comments, because I think that's an interesting question. Was it a book to be released after she passed, or was it intended to be released while she was alive? So I think that's a really important point, because I see the book differently. For the book to be released whilst Lisa's alive is a bit of a two fingers up to Priscilla, yeah, and Mike Edwards. If the book was to be released after she passed, don't forget, she could have lived 20, 30 more years, maybe longer. Now, then it's just she wanted the public to know the truth about the lack of parenting, her feelings about Scientology, her feelings about the SA abuse alleged with Michael Edwards. So I see that there's definitely different ways of looking at it, isn't there? Whether it's released if she's alive or dead. So God rest her soul. We miss her, of course we do. I think it's a very interesting question, that actually. Now I've thought about it. Let's have a look. Let me just check your comments. So Thea, I've had a 2-day standoff with someone commenting that my hatred of P is unnecessary. I've asked her if she condones PB. She won't even address it. Now, Thea, remember, there's no hate here. We are very passionately upset with Priscilla. We want to expose everything wrong that she has done from 1959 to today. But we're not coming from hate. We're coming from truth to expose the truth. So I always want to reiterate that. It's very important to me. Right, let's have a look. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if her dear son passing gave her the strength to right the wrong sin of her life. Yeah. Hi, Linda. I hope you're well. Thanks for your email. I did read it, Linda. Now, Linda, just so you know, that topic that you sent me, I don't really want to sort of go down that rabbit hole, but thank you so much for taking the time to send it to me, Linda. I think she wanted to finish the book before she died. This is Francis. Okay, which makes you see it in a different way. So Karen says yes to release it before she died. Thank you. I agree with Karen. She didn't know she was going to die. I 100% think that. Let's have a look. If I think that she had enough of her mother, especially after the Priscilla movie, I 100% think, this is my opinion for entertainment purposes, 100% I think Priscilla and Lisa were not getting on. I think there's definitely a possibility that a lawsuit was about to be announced between Priscilla and Lisa. I really believe that. I think there was a lot of arguing behind the scenes concerning the Sofia Coppola film Priscilla. I really believe that. So Renee says, I'm leaning more after she passed. Right, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so Renee thinks it might have been a book that was written to be released after she passed. That's fine. The book tour would have been totally different if she would have lived. Good point, Kate. That's a very good point. Could you imagine that? God, that is such a good point, Kate. Could you imagine the book comes out and it's Lisa going around doing the book tour? And how would that have affected the cover? I wonder what, seriously, it's a good question. What would have Lisa Marie wanted on the cover? Can I ask you guys that? It's actually a great point. That's a question for you guys in the comments. What cover would Lisa Marie Presley have put on this book? And it also makes you realize that Riley choosing this as the cover, omitting Priscilla, says so much, speaks volumes, shouts out of the book, shouts out. Great, love it. I thought I read somewhere she was contracted to write her story. Okay, so Chanel Falakoa, welcome to Team Elvis. Welcome. Where are you from? Introduce yourself. It's great to have you here with Team Elvis. So Philomena, let's have a look. Let me go back. So I jumped up again as usual. Why does it do that? You click on it and it jumps all the way back. Right. Okay, here we go. Now, I hope you got your cups of tea, guys. Okay, catching up. Hi, Teresa. Right, we were just about to read Finola's. No, was it Finola? I think. I'm trying to catch up. Let's have a look. Right, so you got Chanel Faloka thinks there could be another book. We've got Josie wanted to get book done knowing her mum was going through with the Priscilla movie. Yeah. Pat, I feel that Lisa would put it out there while she was alive. She wanted Riley to help her, but Riley kept putting it off. Michelle, I think she thought she'd still be around and the book was finished. But again, I'm guessing. It's an interesting point though, isn't it? Don't you think? So Chanel said she thought she was contract. Finola wanted the world to know while Lisa was alive. Lisa wanted to know, sorry, Finola. Lisa wanted the world to know while Lisa was alive. Okay. Now, I think, just so you know, my point of view, I think probably she wanted it done and finished and out there while she was alive. I do think that. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. I don't think it was because, you know, come on, guys, she didn't know she was going to die at 54, was it? I think she knew she had health problems, but I don't think she thought she was going to die. So I don't think she would have done the tapes and put them in the cupboard for 20, 30 years. I think she would have done the tapes and then she would have finished the book with the help of Riley. Yeah. So that's just my opinion, guys, but it does give you a different outlook on things either way, doesn't it? Many of you think there's going to be a follow-up to this book. Yeah, obviously we'd like there to be, but who knows? So Kate says there is an exhibit at Graceland with pictures from Lisa's home. I would assume it would have been one of those pictures or maybe the one that she references on the back cover. So I asked the question, what picture do you think or what would the cover have looked like if Lisa Marie finished the book? What would she have chose? You know, it didn't have to be a picture, did it? It could have been so many different things. So I'm convinced she would have put it out there. I feel that she had enough of how she was treated. Yes, I get that. She was frustrated. I personally think she did want Priscilla the truth to be told. The truth. I'm just guessing, guys. I think, yeah, that this is just an opinion for entertainment purposes. I think that Lisa was fed up with the fact that this book had been treated as truth, even though it was just a pack of lies, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, of rewriting of history so that people would think that Priscilla was the victim and that Elvis was completely in the wrong. I think Lisa was fed up with that. I also think all the wrongdoing that has happened through the 70s, 80s, and 90s and noughties, and right up until 2015, 16, I think Lisa was fed up and she wanted it exposed. Because don't forget, Priscilla didn't just do damage to, you know, with this book. Obviously, the whole world has treated this book as truth. All the interviewers around the world treat this book as truth, which I will never understand. Yeah, I just do not understand why all these very intelligent people around the world, these massive TV news companies, when they questioned Priscilla, they used that book. Even with Sofia Coppola, the making of the Priscilla film, it was based on this book. It just, why? I don't get it. It's like, now Priscilla's very clever way of doing interviews is to allow the interviewer to do the damage. Priscilla will sit there and say, oh, Elvis is amazing. He's so beautiful. He's so talented. He's so gifted. The whole world loves him. He's the biggest selling artist in the world. Nothing will ever be like Elvis. She will praise him all day long in these interviews. She will go around promoting Elvis concerts, books, documentaries, movies, biographies, you name it. Yeah, she's just done it on Netflix. Priscilla will spend all her time enjoying the benefits financially, money-wise, of talking about Elvis, talking about her ex-husband, who she divorced, was unfaithful to, screwed him over on the divorce. Yeah, she literally screwed him over on the divorce, and in my opinion, nearly took Gracelands off him using this deed of trust, this lien that was placed on Gracelands. So she really shafted Elvis. Yeah. And then you've got even the way she was unfaithful, how humiliating that was, running down the road with Mike Stone, the karate champion, taking her daughter, Elvis's daughter, with her. Her daughter is living with a stranger. Yeah. So there is so much wrongdoing. And then as we go into Elvis Presley Enterprises, more wrongdoing, renting Graceland to Elvis Presley Enterprises. That's just crazy. Then you've got ripping off Lisa Marie with Barry Siegel, in my opinion, just for entertainment purposes, and investing in American Idol, etc., and squandering Lisa Marie's money. But then you've also got that she completely takes all credit for the saving of Graceland, the launching of the Graceland Museum, which is completely untrue. It was not Priscilla that saved Graceland. It was not Priscilla's idea to launch Graceland. She took all the credit. She stood there as the spokesperson and launched Graceland's Living Museum, and then didn't even turn up to the opening day. How many of you know that Priscilla did not even turn up to the opening day of Graceland's The Living Museum? She did the big paparazzi launching where all the press turned up, all the photographers turned up. Look at me, I saved Graceland on behalf of Lisa. One day she may live there. Yeah, she did all that. Come on, we've heard it all before, guys. When they said to me that they were going to sell Graceland, I said that will not happen. That will never happen. Never happen, guys. Total bullshit, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. There's no way they were going to sell Graceland. There was a possibility that Memphis, the city of Memphis could have been very involved in the next steps going forward of Graceland, the building, Elvis's home, the land, the artifacts, the possessions. Even they were very heavily involved. They'd already drawn up plans. They'd already drawn up plans to launch the museum, to develop in front of the museum, you know, in front of Graceland's. It was all at hand. We look up a guy called Morgan Maxfield. Look him up, Morgan Maxfield. She was once engaged to him. He died in an aeroplane crash. It sounds like an episode of Dallas. It's that much. Morgan Maxfield was dealing with Memphis City, and there was this massive plans in hand to set, well, to the next stage of what was going to happen with Graceland, the launching of the Living Museum. He died in a plane crash. So then Jack Sodom was his assistant. Obviously, Memphis City are involved. The plans are already drawn up, guys. So then at some point, I think Priscilla uses her clout as having a debt on Graceland, a lien on Graceland, that puts her at the forefront. She jumps on the bandwagon and runs with it and carries on, and then takes all the credit for saving Graceland, for launching the museum, which to me is bullshit. Is bullshit. It is literally just, again, I repeat the word, jumping on the bandwagon and then taking all the glory. Taking all the glory. Yeah. So no, we're not falling for it, guys. So yes, going back to the book. Lisa Marie wrote this book, in my opinion, because she wanted the world to know the truth about everything. The finances, the renting of Graceland, the unfaithfulness, the wrongdoing with Michael Edwards, alleged with Michael Edwards, Scientology. I could go on and on and on. Lisa Marie wanted it out there. Otherwise, why do it? Otherwise, why do it? Lisa, I know I'm waffling on, guys, but Riley Keough, Elvis's granddaughter, Lisa's daughter, clearly wanted all the negative stuff kept in the book, so the world can know the truth. Riley Keough made that decision. She defends her mother. She defends her mother. Riley Keough made the decision to take Priscilla off the cover. Off the cover. Remember, Riley Keough made the decision to use a picture that includes Priscilla and then remove Priscilla. Yeah? How can we do it, guys? Let's do it. Let's try and do it using this book. So, yeah, there's Priscilla. That's where she should be. Gone. Gone. That was a decision made by Riley. So anybody trying to say, sorry, anybody trying to say that Riley doesn't defend her mother, you are so wrong, because the book speaks volumes. The book says, remember, she finished it. Riley finished that book. She decided to do a book tour. She removed Priscilla off the cover. She kept in all of the disgusting details that we all know about. Riley did that. Riley defends her mum. Riley defends her mum. There are many things, I know I'm waffling on, guys. There are many things in this book that are embarrassing to Priscilla. Many things. Riley kept those things in the book. Riley kept those things in the book. My God, it's snowing, guys. Shall I try and show you? I don't know how well you can see that. Let me just turn the camera around. There we are. Right. I'm gonna let you see the British snow while I warm this tea up. I cannot believe how much it's snowing, guys. Let's just see if I can come out a bit further. Let's see if I can get it a bit nearer. No, it's not going to reach. Let's just put you there. Hang on, let's have a look. Here we go. That's a better view. Right, let me just warm this tea up. It's snowing in the UK. I love it. Snow in the UK, guys. Let's warm this up. Let me just check that you can see the snow. Let's have a look. Can you see it, guys? It's bloody snowing. Look at that. It hasn't snowed for about 2 years in the UK. Let me just see if it's settling on the road. No, because it's raining as well. Beautiful. It's actually beautiful out there. I cannot believe. This was not predicted, guys. We didn't know it was going to snow. I'm sure we didn't. Right, let's carry on with my long waffle. Let's put this here. Let's just turn it so it shows the TV. Okay, snow in England. Right, so anyway, you get the gist, guys. I always say this. Riley defends Lisa Marie, her mother. She really does. Now, do I think Riley's in an awkward position when she's being interviewed? Of course, she's had loads of interviews all around the world, yeah? Yes, she can't talk about the alleged abuse. She can't do it. For legal reasons, she's not allowed to talk about it. So her way of doing the talking is using the book, promoting the book, making the book a bestseller. It's the #1 seller. It was #1 seller in Amazon and in the New York Times and all around the world. This book has sold millions of copies. Obviously, we know about the book tour as well. This book is a massive success, massive. So Riley has done us proud. She's done her job. She's done really well. Right. There's one particular interview that Riley did on an Australian TV show, and it's the best one. It's the only interviewer that really did ask some serious questions. They didn't bring up the alleged abuse, but they did ask some very important questions. So if you can find that Australian interview, it is on my videos. I can't remember the name of the interview. It was very, very good. Very good. Yes. Try and find that Australian interview with Riley Keough. Brilliant. Obviously, it's about the book, From Here to the Great Unknown. Okay. I think that there is more to come, especially on Scientology, but she can't publish it yet because she still has friends in Scientology and she would be forced to disconnect. I've read about Karen. I've read about this. Come on, she grew up with Benjamin in the Scientology Center. We've been watching Serge Del Mar, the Scientology guy, the one who is against child abuse in Scientology. Serge Del Mar, brilliant YouTube channel. Look him up, and he has some inside information about Riley and Benjamin and Lisa and Priscilla, what went on behind the scenes at Scientology. We're against Scientology here. We're disgusted, aren't we? We are disgusted that Benjamin, Riley, Lisa had anything to do with Scientology. We feel complete brainwashing, guys. Right, I'm going to go back on your comments. Have a look. Where are we? Okay. Let's have a look. So Hidden Minds, Elvis Uncovered. Hidden Minds, Elvis Uncovered. Hidden Minds, have you changed your name a little bit? I do not say 100% think what I said. I think there's something going on with Priscilla that she couldn't say what she wanted or something, and I don't think she knew was going to die. Thank you, Renee. I agree with that. Thank you. So is your new name, Renee, is your new name Elvis, Hidden Minds, Elvis Uncovered, yeah? Let's have a look. Maybe Lisa found out something and maybe she was listening to the fans and what's been uncovered about her mother wrongdoing against her father. Thank you, Elaine. So Linda, I think her books and the tapes was her way of healing. That's interesting. Yeah. Do you know what, Linda? Yeah, I agree with that. Makes total sense. She didn't keep it all in, did she? She wanted it out there. The world is a different place. It is still very hard, but people speak out about abuse and people are willing to listen. This is true. Pamela, thank you. Jean, yes, Linda. She had to get the pain out of her mind and they put you in a very dark place. Yeah. Thank you, Jean. Michelle, I agree, Elaine. Lisa had enough. She wanted to set the record straight and open people's eyes. Elaine, Lisa found out how badly her mother had been treated. And how badly her mother treated her father, definitely. Because I think when I watched the earlier interviews, guys, the late 80s, the 90s, I think Lisa's been tricked. I think she's been brainwashed. I think it's like, how can I say it, guys? You see them together, Lisa and Priscilla, giggling, and you got Priscilla proudly going, oh, you know, I saved Graceland. And, you know, your father would have been forgotten within 5 years if we didn't save Graceland. You've all seen it, guys. And they giggle about, how can I say it? No, not giggle. At one point, like in the Terry Wogan interview, she says, oh, yes, Lisa has read this book 3 times. Lisa has read this book 3 times. She really liked it. Terry Wogan asks her the question, the British interviewer. Oh, what did Lisa think of this book? Because it does say a lot of things in it that are a bit private. And Priscilla proudly says, oh, she's read it 3 times. She thought it was really good. Yeah, maybe not those exact words, but you get my point. There's no way Lisa would have read this book and liked it. There is no way Lisa would have read this book and liked it. No chance. And that is said around the world. And if you watch the interviews in the late 80s, the 90s, even the noughties, you don't get the feeling that Lisa knows the truth. You get the feeling that Priscilla has brainwashed Lisa into believing her version of events. Yeah? Her version of events. I really feel that. But you also later on, as the decades move on, you do start to see interviews where Lisa looks very uncomfortable. Yeah? So Priscilla tries to take the lead in the interviews, but then you see Lisa sat further back with a funny look on her face, because I don't think Lisa agrees with everything that Priscilla is saying. I don't think that Lisa agrees with Priscilla's portrayal of in the way that she answers many of the questions. Yeah. So I personally think that behind the scenes, Lisa and Priscilla argued a lot about Elvis. I repeat, I think behind the scenes, Lisa and Priscilla argued a lot about Elvis, a lot. And I think eventually Lisa learnt and realized that she had been lied to for decades. Lisa started to see the truth and wanted to defend her father, Elvis, wanted to protect the twins and Riley. So obviously, I think once Benjamin died, we know that she went through hell. She was still going through hell to the day she died when it comes to Benjamin. But I do think that Lisa was worried about what would happen to Riley and the twins, and she put things in place to make sure that Riley and the twins inherited Graceland. She may have done it secretly. She may have done. Probably did do it secretly. But she did not trust Priscilla with the twins, with Riley, with the inheritance of Graceland and everything that comes with that. Now, I ask you this question, guys. Do any of you think that Lisa Marie did not trust Priscilla to take things over, and that Priscilla would do the right thing by the twins and by Riley? Do any of you think that the trust had gone and that there was a potential lawsuit about to be announced between Priscilla and Lisa? Yeah? So you get what I'm saying, guys? So yes, Michelle. Lisa had had enough. She wanted to set the record straight. Completely agree with that. Lisa found out about how badly her mother treated her father. Definitely, Elaine. I believe she made Lisa read her book at a young age. Yes, she did. This is in the Terry Wogan interview, which I think is like 1986 or something, 1987, 1985, one of those years. It's on there on YouTube. Look it up. Terry Wogan and Priscilla Presley interview. It's very good. I would play it now, but we don't have time. Right. Lisa found out she trapped him in Germany. Good point. Now, remember the book, in case you're new to this channel, guys, there is an alternative reality to Lisa Marie, the so-called sweet innocent virgin, in this book. You will be shocked and surprised the things that are in this book that portray the true Priscilla Presley. Now, not everything in this book is good. There's some things in this book that I don't like that are very negative towards Elvis. But the bits in this book that portray the true Priscilla Presley, Priscilla Bulow, in 1959, are very eye-opening. And there are witnesses, statements, lie detection. Even Priscilla had some involvement in the writing of this book with Suzanne Finstad, the author. Now, Suzanne Finstad is not in my good books because she has said things about Elvis that are disgusting. But there are parts of this book that help us see the truth. Help us see the truth. Let's keep going, guys. Let's have a look. I wonder if Larry Geller has them. I'm not really sure. I've missed something here, haven't I, guys? Let's keep going. I think Priscilla had realized that she gains more by praising Elvis. Pamela, so 100%, you have Priscilla, obviously after Elvis dies, she eventually, especially after Graceland was launched, she tries her hand at a few things, doesn't she? She does the Bis and Bow boutique, clothing boutique with her friend. Eventually, we know she eventually does Dallas. She does the what do you call that? The movie franchise. Yeah. She has a little bit of success in modeling and advertising, promoting products, selling products. Now, I think eventually that sort of fizzles out. Come on, she couldn't act. She could not act. Yeah. Eventually that fizzles out, and I do agree. She realizes that keeping the Presley name, taking back the Presley name that she gave up in the first divorce settlement, in my opinion, it's not in writing, but it verbally, I believe it was agreed that she would stop using the name Presley. Yeah. She takes the name back, which she sold, by the way. She sold to Bob Silliman. She sold the name Priscilla, and she sold the name Graceland to Bob Silliman around 2005. It was part of the big deal when Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold off, 85% of it. Obviously, 15% was retained for Lisa, but she rents Graceland to Elvis Presley Enterprises as well, which many people don't know that. So my point is, she sold the name, she sold the word Graceland, she's rented Graceland. She's done some serious damage in 2005, around 2004-5. Yeah. So my point is that so many things are going on here, guys, that I don't think the public even know. I don't think the public know the true reality of the wrongdoing that Priscilla has done. But she, at some point, like Pamela says, do you know what? I'm not making my money as an actress, modeling, TV. There was a TV program, Those Amazing Animals. Has any of you seen that? Do any of you remember that? I think in the 80s, Those Amazing Animals, which is I think the first TV role that she had. She eventually realizes she's going to make more money being the head of Graceland, being a representative on behalf of Elvis Presley as his wife. Now remember, she was not his wife. In 1973, it was officially over, even though I think they separated in 1971 when she was secretly seeing Mike Stone behind Elvis's back. So she ran off with Lisa Marie and Mike Stone, took Lisa Marie away from her father. My point is this, guys, that eventually Priscilla realizes, I can't make money trying to be an actress. She couldn't act to save her life. Yeah. So eventually, I keep saying eventually, eventually, she, oh, I know, I'll act like I'm Elvis's widow. Oh, some people don't even know that I'm his widow. Some people think that we were still married. Yeah. Some people think we were still married when Elvis died. Some people think we were still married. Remember, many people are not Elvis experts. Some people think that we were still married when this book was released. Yeah, seriously, guys. Some people think that Elvis married a 14-year-old. Some people think a 14-year-old girl moved to Graceland. The public, many of the public just don't know, guys. They just repeat what is repeated again and again. Oh, she was 14 and Elvis was a groomer, an abuser, a controlling man with a bad temper that was a drug addict who loved to get stoned high, that was just a horrible person. This is just the general, binging on burgers, dying on the toilet. We've heard it all before. Eventually, Priscilla realizes, do you know what? I can make a very nice living being the head of Elvis Presley, anything Elvis, hundreds of interviews she was handsomely paid for, promoting concerts and books and biographies and documentaries and auctioning items, just anything Elvis. I can spend the rest of my life getting very rich, of course, getting very handsomely paid from Graceland's for decades and decades. She squandered an absolute fortune from Elvis Presley Enterprises, her 15% stake on behalf of Lisa, and also just being the owner of Graceland, even though Graceland was rented to Elvis Presley Enterprises. And when it sold again, when Joe Weisshanker was involved, she makes a massive amount of money then as well. So yes, like Pamela says, at a certain point, Elvis was the cash cow. Elvis was the cash cow, the debit card, the credit card. Yeah? That's how it is, guys. Money, 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 money. Never about love. Never about love for Elvis. Because you got to think about it, guys. She went off Elvis. She ran after Mike Stone. We know about the Steve Peck affair in 1968, months after Lisa was born. So it was very clear that at a certain point, Priscilla had gone off Elvis. She fancied other men. That's the truth of it, guys. She wanted fame, fortune, attention. She wanted to be a successful filmmaker, actress, model, merchandising products, promoting products, TV adverts. That's what she wanted. Spotlight, attention. She wanted to be Elvis Presley. Guys, she wanted to be Elvis Presley. When she launched Graceland, when she stood there on the podium and goes, you know, I'm happy to announce the opening of Graceland as a living museum. We've all seen it, haven't we, guys? She felt like Elvis Presley. I'm Elvis Presley, not Elvis. Me, Priscilla Presley, who actually was Priscilla Bulow, who took back the name that she gave up. She should never have been able to use the name Presley. We all know that. Me, Priscilla, I am now Elvis. I am now Elvis. Look at me, I'm Elvis. That was Priscilla. That was Priscilla. Finally, she had become Elvis because I feel that she was jealous of him. She used to watch Elvis from afar, see all the adoration he got, all the attention. This massively talented man in every aspect, looks, singing, dancing, movies, you name it. Elvis had it all. Charisma, charm, a good heart, a decent man, a truly loved man. Priscilla wanted all of it. I want all of that. And when she found out, after Vernon died, we don't know what really went on, but Vernon does allow her to be appointed as co-trustee on behalf of everything, really, yeah? She couldn't believe it. Her rise to success. It could be a Dallas. It could be a series, an episode on Dallas. All of a sudden, everything came together to make Priscilla the emperor of Graceland. The emperor on behalf of Elvis Presley. She had reached the top, the peak. She had her throne. She had finally been seated in her throne. Queen Priscilla. Not good, guys. Not good. She couldn't believe how well she had done off the Presley name, of having Lisa Marie, Elvis's only child. Yeah, she couldn't believe it. So, and it's still going on now, guys. Every single thing Priscilla does that is linked to Elvis. We've just seen it on Netflix with Jerry Schilling and Priscilla talking on behalf of Elvis on this Netflix documentary, which was good, which relaunched Elvis to a new generation of Elvis fans. Elvis looked amazing. It told a lovely story. Why is Priscilla there? Why is Priscilla there? I really think this, guys. Why is Priscilla sat there on Netflix? She would have been paid a fortune to do her little interview sections. Why is an ex-wife who was unfaithful, demanded a divorce, screwed Elvis over for a divorce settlement that she wasn't entitled to because she'd already had one, who was in love with other men, who had been with Mark Garibaldi, whatever his name is, for 22 years. She'd had many relationships. She'd been unfaithful many times to Elvis. Why is this woman sat there representing Elvis Presley just because she had his child in 1968? It doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't make sense. This ex-wife, a divorcee that was unfaithful, that demanded the divorce, that Elvis died 4 years after they divorced. Behind the scenes, I don't think Elvis and Vernon wanted to speak to Priscilla. I think they spoke to Priscilla because they were worried that Priscilla would prevent Elvis from seeing Lisa. In my opinion, Elvis kept Priscilla sweet so that he could see Lisa Marie. I really believe that. He agreed to everything. All the money demands, the greedy money demands were agreed to because he was worried she would not let him see Lisa, the most important thing in his life. Lisa Marie Presley was the most important thing in his life. She really, truly loved Graceland. And of course, her father, their bond, their connection as father and daughter was so unique and beautiful and very, very strong. And now with the book of From Here to the Great Unknown, we now know just how close they truly were, weren't they? Elvis and Lisa were very, very close. Very close. Yeah. And the world needs to know the truth, guys. The world needs to know the truth. Let's keep reading your comments. I can't believe her grandparents told her she was nothing special, and that's a lot of damage to your mind, and SA abuse is even worse. Yes. I completely agree. Lisa was thinking, if father had not been trapped and forced to marry my mother, I would not have been born and would not have had to go through all the pain. That she was a deep thinker like her daddy. She's a very smart girl. Very smart. Whenever I watch Lisa's interviews, I'm always impressed with just how laid back, funny, and smart she is. Very naturally, her common sense was amazing. She really should be so ashamed. I believe jealous behavior. She should have been charged. Well, we want justice for Lisa Marie, and we want this alleged abuse of Michael Edwards addressed, and we want the authorities to arrest him and question him and hold Priscilla accountable as the mother who was there to protect Lisa. The things that are being said in this book are disgusting, and we want it looked at. We want it addressed. We don't want it to be swept under the carpet. We don't want Priscilla to act like none of it is true, that it's all a big lie and that Lisa said things that she regrets. We don't want that. We don't want Priscilla to use the book signing, Graceland, Riley Keough's book signing, as a way to try and deflect the truth. Priscilla used the book signing, didn't she, of Riley at Graceland as a way to deflect the truth and call her own daughter names: a drunk, a man chaser, a druggie. Yeah, she tried to go, oh, look what I went through, poor me, look what I went through. No, poor Lisa. Lisa was dragged away from her home and father, forced to live with a stranger again and again, forced into a school, a cult, and all the damage that did, and brainwashed. And Priscilla stood by and let it happen. Even it's possible that there may have been alleged SA abuse, and Priscilla wouldn't believe it. It's disgusting. And people like Michael Edwards, this alleged abuse, are walking around as if nothing happened. It ain't right, guys. It ain't right. All of this is for entertainment purposes, just opinions. Okay, let's keep going, guys. I told you this was going to be a long live, didn't I? Lisa was very angry with her mother, I reckon, as she uncovered lots of wrongdoings, even more than what she already knew, and it was to do with her father. Out of all the people in Elvis's life, she is the one who angers me the most. Vernon, right, sorry, I'm forgetting to say your names. That was Elaine. Chanel. Vernon started the plans to turn Graceland into what it is today. Yes, 100% Vernon. And even, believe it or not, even Colonel Tom Parker was involved. And you even had, don't forget, you've got the banks, we've got the city of Memphis. They're all behind the scenes. They're all like, this is such a massive money generating machine, Elvis Graceland. They could see how many thousands of people were visiting Elvis's grave every day. And they knew this was going to be a massive success as a living museum. So behind the scenes, they're all clambering after Vernon died to make sure Graceland is preserved for the fans, for the public, as a monument, as a living museum. 100%, guys. Right, I'm trying to catch up with your comments. I'm going to whiz through a load. Pat says, in my opinion, Priscilla is going to put in her new book, if she can get anyone to do it, she's going to say so many horrible things about Lisa. Oh, well, Pat, I hope not, because if she does that, isn't that just going to make her book be a flop? Surely Priscilla, if she's going to do a book, is going to try and keep everyone happy. Yeah. I would say her new book is going to be more like, I'm just guessing now, guys. It's going to be more like the Netflix documentary. Her new book. It's going to be more, oh, look at me. I'm the wife of Elvis. We're still in love. I still love him. He's the love of my life. I want to be buried with him. I think the book's all going to be that. Yeah, it's all going to be fluff and flowers. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not a fan of the cold, and so I'm glad it doesn't snow here. Okay. We're used to it, Emily. We're used to it. Nice snow, Louis. I have to go up. I'm okay. We love a bit of snow. Elaine, Louis in the southwest of England. I'm in the northwest, and I was born in Cornwall. Yes, I'm near Bristol. People tend to know where Bristol is, don't they? Right, let's have a look. How are we doing on catching up with these comments? Because I did want to read the rest of Darby Shaw's. It's important to me that I read Darby Shaw's write-up. Elaine, no, Michelle. Let's have a look. Riley can't prosecute. California law states that the victim has to report before the 40th birthday about child abuse, and other parties reporting and have to do so within 5 years of the offence. Which, if that is true, which it probably is so sad. But come on, the public court have already found allegedly Edward's guilty. Yeah, we the public, we the fans, we find you guilty. Yeah, so his life is probably hell on earth at the moment. He's probably been getting a lot of abuse, a lot of backlash, just because of what was in the book, just because of what's in this book. Yeah. So, you know, come on, guys. We want justice. We want justice. That's the bottom line. So I'm going to have to go backwards a little bit. Michelle, this is why others have to come forward, as it's retrospective. He could be tried in another state. So that's interesting. Michelle, I keep hoping they may have done, and the police may be keeping it under wraps. That would be nice, wouldn't it, Michelle? Yeah. Yeah, it's great, Michelle. It's great information. Thank you. I heard Elvis was upset and Priscilla took Lisa, and Elvis didn't talk to Lisa for a while. I bet he was more than upset, Elizabeth. Who knows what went on behind closed doors, yeah? Josie, Prissy's father threatened to sue Elvis with breach of promise, and that he'd go to the media and say that she wasn't living with Elvis since 16. So I might have missed a couple of points. I know that she didn't live with him until she was nearly 18, yeah? But this is the other lie that Priscilla does. She likes the interviewers when they question her and say, oh, you were only 14 when you met him. She likes the interviewer to you know, it's being watched by millions. She likes the viewer with the interviewer who is wrong about his facts to think, oh, yes, I was with Elvis from the age of 14 till I was 25. She wants us to think that. She wants the viewer to be brainwashed into going, oh, my God, he was with her from 14 and they were married all those years and Elvis spent his whole life being unfaithful. This is what Priscilla wants the public that don't do their homework, that don't do their research, that don't know their facts. Priscilla wants us to believe that they were together from 14 till she was in her mid-20s, when the truth is they met briefly for up to 6 months in Germany and there was no sex. Then Elvis didn't see her for a couple of years. She eventually visits, I think, 3 times when she was 17, and then moves in to Vernon's house with Vernon and Dee for a little while before she eventually is living at Graceland. And remember, when Priscilla moved to Graceland, she knew Elvis had girlfriends. They were not officially together. She moved from a very humble, simple life in Germany with her parents, the Air Force parents. She moves to Graceland knowing Elvis had girlfriends. Don't forget, Elvis was still seeing Anita Wood for quite a long time. She eventually moves to Graceland. Elvis is making 2 or 3 movies a year through the 60s. She knew Elvis was up to no good. She knew. She's admitted it here in different books. No, not books, in different things that I've read. Now, there was a point when she decides that enough is enough. That point did come, but not then. Not when she was 18 or 19 or 20 or 21. They sort of live almost an open relationship from the age of just under 18 up until they got engaged in 1966. This is my opinion as well. I do believe that Elvis, once they got engaged, December 1966, Elvis did have other girlfriends leading up to that point. Yeah. Some of them not for sex. Some of them it was plutonic. Obviously, we know about Anne Margaret. Yeah. But then Elvis, when he gets engaged, we don't know why. We don't know what pressure Elvis was under. Was it the parents of Priscilla? Was it Vernon? Was it Colonel Tom Parker? We don't really know. But something happened. Many things probably happened that people eventually, no, that Elvis eventually decides and thinks, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to fulfill my promise to Priscilla. I'm going to get engaged. We're going to get married. We all know about Frank Sinatra helping them with the loaning his aeroplane, and they get married at the Aladdin. This is one of the probably the most famous marriage the world has ever seen. On every TV program, on the front of every newspaper and magazine around the world. Even the birth, she gets pregnant on the night of the wedding. The birth goes around the world. We all see Elvis coming out of the hospital, going back to, I think, Graceland's with the baby. I'm not sure which home it was. You guys tell me. But anyway, so they got this very, very public relationship, but then it's all ruined because Elvis, I think, is faithful until the birth of Lisa Marie, 9 months after the wedding. Then we all know, I've said it a million times, within 10 weeks, Priscilla is unfaithful with Steve Peck, the guy who owns a dance studio, who is a dance instructor. There's a possibility that, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, that she was seeing Steve Peck through the pregnancy, because it doesn't add up to me that if she was unfaithful 10 to 12 weeks after, no, 6 to 12 weeks after the birth of Lisa, it doesn't make sense to me that they weren't friends leading up to that. There's a possibility that through the pregnancy, she was seeing Steve Peck. And even when you read page 262 of this book, and she discusses the secret affair that went on, and she dismisses it and says it was a brief affair, she clearly admits that she was thinking about Steve Peck, the dance instructor, all the time, even when she was with Elvis. Even when she was sat with Elvis in her marital home with Lisa Marie, she clearly admits her mind was with Steve Peck, not with Elvis. Could you imagine that? You imagine from Elvis's point of view, he's fulfilled his promise, had the engagement, had the very public marriage, had the very public birth of beautiful Lisa Marie, who was just a small baby. And then Elvis finds out that Priscilla is secretly seeing Steve Peck, the dance instructor, months after Lisa was born. Could you imagine what an earthquake that caused? Of course, there's no way Elvis would sleep with a woman that's had a baby, his baby, that is seeing another man. So this bullshit thing that people say that Elvis won't sleep with a woman that has had a child is ridiculous. The next woman he started seeing had a child, and others, yeah. So I think this lie is perpetuated from Priscilla that Elvis wouldn't sleep with me because I'd had a child, and Elvis always said I didn't see you in the same way after you had given birth to Lisa. And this lie, in my opinion, just my opinion for entertainment purposes, Elvis wouldn't sleep with a woman that had a child. We didn't have sex after Lisa was born. It's bullshit. Even on Loose Women, years later, a British TV interview show, she admitted they did still have sex. They did still have sex. But let's go back to this. So her going, oh no, Elvis wouldn't sleep with a woman that's had a child, is bullshit. It is a lie that's been repeated again and again and again and again and again. And when you speak to a non-Elvis fan and you bring up different things, they will go, oh, Elvis wouldn't sleep with a girl that had a child. Elvis wouldn't sleep with a woman that's had a child. It's bollocks. They will also say, oh, Elvis had a 14-year-old girlfriend and she moved into Graceland with him. Elvis was having sex with a 14-year-old girl. No, it's bullshit. Never happened. Even in her own book, she admits they never had sex. She admits she didn't move over to Graceland until she was nearly 18, even though in this book she says the wrong age. In many interviews, Priscilla gives the impression that she moved to Graceland around 15, 16. It's not true. She's said it a few times. When the interviewer does the questioning and says, oh, how old were you when you moved to Graceland? She says, oh, 15 or 16, you know, and then they move on to the next topic. What is the public thinking when they watch these interviews on TV? They're thinking, oh my God, Priscilla moved in to Graceland when she was 15 or 16. Oh my God. Elvis was seeing a 14-year-old. Oh my God. Elvis groomed her, controlled her, told her how to dress, do her hair, do her makeup, how to walk, how to think, how to act. Oh my God, Elvis had such a bad temper. He threw a chair at her. Lie, 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 lie. They blame Elvis for all the unfaithfulness when she was the unfaithfulness. They blame Elvis for the separation, for breaking up the marriage. She demanded the divorce. Elvis didn't want to have a divorce. Elvis did not want a public divorce. He wanted to keep the family together for the sake of Lisa Marie. Even after she was unfaithful to Steve Peck, she still wanted... No, Elvis still wanted to keep things together because he was a Christian man with a very, very, how can I say it? His morals, based on his Christian beliefs. You get married, you stay together, and then if things aren't working out, you stay together for the child. Elvis didn't want a divorce. He didn't want a public divorce. He wanted to keep the family together for the sake of Lisa. But she demanded it. When Priscilla was found out, late 1971, early 1972, she demanded the divorce. She demanded it. That Elvis had no say in it. And this lie that they stayed friends after was bullshit, guys. It was just Elvis keeping her sweet so that he could see Lisa Marie. Keeping her sweet so she didn't get carried away with the divorce settlements. So, obviously, my opinion for entertainment purposes. Are you enjoying your cups of tea, guys? Or coffee? So anyway, you get where I'm going, guys. Come on, it's just so much wrongdoing. I repeat, we are not a Priscilla hate channel. We are exposing the truth. Exposing the truth. Defending Elvis and his bloodline. We're defending Lisa Marie. We want justice for Lisa Marie. This is what we're doing here. We're not trying to incite hate. We are not a hate channel. Chrissy's father threatened to sue Elvis on breach of promise and that he'd go to the media and say that she was living with Elvis since the age of 16. I've read this. I've read this. Yes, she did it all before she became 14, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. But it's the whole 14 thing, the whole 14-year-old thing has been used and abused against Elvis for 50 years, guys. for 50 years. It's bullshit. Let's have a look. Elaine, Riley can't prosecute. All right, we've done this. Let's keep going. Michelle, this is why others have come forward as it's retrospective. He could be tried in another way. Okay, all right, sorry, is that... Sorry, I'll reread Michelle's comment. Riley can't prosecute. Californian law states that the victim has to be reported 40 years of abuse. Other parties reporting have to do within 5 years of the offence taking place. Thank you. Right. Let's keep going. Michelle, this is why others have to come forward, right? I'm hoping, Elaine, that they may have done, and the police may be keeping it under wraps. Right. Elvis is getting married. No way would he marry in Vegas. He would have chose a Memphis. It does. One thing I will say, the whole thing does seem rushed. How many of you think that Priscilla was pregnant? There's 50 people watching. Please subscribe. Please like. How many of you think Priscilla was pregnant when they got married? Can I ask that question, guys? Yesterday, someone said Elvis drugged Priscilla Bueller up at 14. Well, he felt my wrath, and I told him he was thinking of sleeping pills. That was so strong. Come on. Even that, the thing about where Priscilla puts in her book that she took sleeping tablets with Elvis, yeah? He never forced her. In the 1960s, it was pretty normal to take a sleeping tablet. It was not unusual, yeah? Even now, it's not unusual. Even in 2024, Elvis didn't grab Priscilla, force her down, and shove a sleeping pill in her mouth. So blaming Elvis is so wrong. It's just bullshit. It's just another thing to make Elvis look bad. Right, okay, we've caught up, I think. Michelle, Kathy and Westmoreland book, Charlie Hogg mentions Lucy Desiree, so why wouldn't Kathy mention that in her book? We're definitely not doing the Lucy topic today, but we are going to do one more episode of the Lucy thing. I don't think she was pregnant. The dates don't add up, but I think she may have told him that she was. Okay. That's interesting. Jane with the reception in the grounds at Graceland. I think they did, but Elaine, I think they did have a big reception at Graceland, didn't they? After the wedding. I'm pretty sure they did. Sorry, I can't get on board with the Lucy. Yeah. Look, we're going to cover it because it's Elvis related and it's a very interesting topic. We're going to cover it. I'm going to do a review of this book, but not today. Not today. Remember, we cover everything Elvis. We're an Elvis channel and we're a defending Elvis channel. Right, let me carry on reading this. Okay, let's go back to Darcy's Facebook page. So I've lost it again. Now I'm going to try and read this before I talk this time, because I'm talking way too much, guys. Too passionate. I hope you don't mind me waffling. I hope you have cups of tea. The second reception was at Graceland weeks after. Yeah, I read about this. Thank you, Annie. Elaine says they had a small gathering, but I'm thinking, I don't think it was a small gathering, Elaine. I think it was quite a big deal. I could be wrong, though. Louis was watching Joe's channel. So yeah, you mean Rare Elvis Photos. I love Joe. I'm a big fan of Joe's channel. And he said that Cary Grant was a source to the Lucy book as well. Okay, that's the first time I've heard that. Okay, that's interesting. We obviously, you guys know that Darby, the author of that book, does talk to us. Right. Yeah, I don't know if you know, Josie, but Darby, he does message me, and he actually wants to do a podcast with me about the book Are You Lonesome Tonight? But what I've said is, let's let Rare Elvis Photos, Joe, let him do his thing. There's a possibility, fingers crossed for Joe, that he may interview Desiree. So let's let Joe do his thing. That's what I think. I really have a lot of respect for Joe. A lot of respect. He, you know, like us, he's had a few problems with some subscribers. We've had a few problems recently, as you know, guys. Say no more, you know what I mean? He's definitely, Dari is a very interesting character. I'll say that, guys. He made me laugh. He's funny. He's a funny guy. Right, let's just carry on reading. So, Michael Edwards hinted at some of these truths. His reputation took a hit due to his unsettling confession regarding Lisa. However, now a new version of Priscilla emerges in her response to Lisa's book, and carefully constructed mask that seeks to cover up the underlying intentions. Here's what I see happening. So this is Dari's point of view of how she feels that Priscilla is trying to undo the damage, the personal damage to Priscilla that the book From Here to the Great Unknown has done. Yeah? Priscilla further attempts to discredit the book by appearing at the Memphis book tour as if she has nothing to hide. Her presence implies there's no rift with Riley and no issue with her place at Graceland, but her actions reveal something more deliberate, a campaign to protect her reputation, even going as far as working with the Memphis officials and business leaders to run damage control. Okay. So here's the picture that Dari puts up. Doesn't that picture speak 1,000 words, guys? 1,000 words, right. In recent viral videos, Priscilla laughs off questions about the book, dismissing Lisa's authenticity as though it's irrelevant. The light-hearted act is another mask, giving the impression that all is well. But the truth is, her public persona is slipping, and she's anything but carefree about the book release. Her unease only serves to underscore the credibility of Lisa's story. I agree with that. The final act of this play is likely to be the unveiling of Priscilla's classic mask, a portraying herself as the victim in all this. It's only a matter of time before Familiar Guys makes its appearance. I agree. I'm going to read some of the comments. Yeah. Now, we do think, since the book's come out, yeah, and we know 100% that Priscilla is trying to play down the book. She's trying to give the impression that Lisa was damaged, that she took drugs, drank too much, wasted money, chased after men, always changed her mind so she would say things she regrets. Yeah. I personally think that the reason she stormed into the Graceland book signing event, Riley's at Graceland, even though some people think that she was allowed to be there, I don't think she was. I think she just turned up and did her thing, took advantage. They weren't going to turn Priscilla away from Graceland. They weren't going to stop her going in. She's a very powerful woman with powerful lawyers. No one was going to turn Priscilla away from Graceland. So they went along with the motions. They went with the flow. They had no choice. This is why you see the pictures in the background behind Graceland before the event of Riley with Priscilla. They didn't have a choice, guys. Riley wasn't going to start arguing and screaming at Priscilla in front of everyone. Riley had to just go along with it. This, in my opinion, is why Riley was quite surprised and stood up and walked off and then walked back. because it was like, oh my God, here we go. She's actually here. We're actually going to have to go through with this book signing with Priscilla present. And what did Priscilla do? She took her moment to shine and slag off Lisa, slag off Michael Jackson, blame everything on Lisa. When the reason Lisa Marie was damaged, which she was, mental health problems as well, of course, because of the alleged abuse, because of Scientology, the brainwashing of Scientology. The reason Lisa Marie had such a troubled life, was such a troubled teenager, even before a teenager, even at the age of 11 and 12, the reason she was so damaged, God rest her soul, was because of Priscilla's parenting. Because Priscilla dragged Lisa away from her father at age 3. Different men. Lisa Marie had different men in her life because of her mother. Her mother's thirst for men. Unfortunately, one of those men was an abuser, alleged abuser, for entertainment purposes, just an opinion. And the damage that did. So by the time Lisa Marie's in Scientology and she's this rebellious child with drugs and alcohol and men and a very anti-establishment attitude to life, the damage is done, guys. The damage is done. Now you imagine, I say this to you guys, you imagine if Priscilla had allowed Lisa to live with Elvis after the separation, properly live with him, it would have been a different story. Elvis would have been there for Lisa. Maybe Elvis would have even lived longer. She was ripped away from not only her father, but from Graceland's, the place she felt was home, the place that she adored. Obviously, she adored her father. So the damage effect, the ripple effect, the damage done by Priscilla to her daughter for Priscilla's self-serving needs are immense, immeasurable. The real victim in all this, in the end, was Lisa Marie. And if you go back through her life, right from when she was 3 years old, every decision made by Priscilla to the day Lisa Marie died, had done serious damage to her life at all parts of her life, through all the decades, through the pre-teen years, then the schooling years and teenage years, then a young adult, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. She was being damaged, in my opinion, by the effect that Priscilla had with all these massive decisions. Don't forget, Priscilla represented the trust, even after she turned 25, even after Lisa Marie turned 25, she allowed Priscilla to carry on being co-executor, on behalf of Lisa's trust. More damage. It wasn't really until Barry Siegel was appointed as Lisa's manager, and then you've got this situation where Joel Weishanker steps in because Bob Silliman, the billionaire, went bust. Then you've got a whole mess there with American Idol investments, etc., where a massive amount, all of Lisa's fortune was wasted, squandered, and it could have involved Priscilla for entertainment purposes, just an opinion, and Barry Siegel. So eventually Lisa realizes that there's something very wrong happening. She finds out all the money has been lost, invested badly, and then they have an 8-year feud. They don't even talk to each other for 8 years. I don't think they really spoke again until the release of Baz Luhrmann's film Elvis. The release of the Baz Luhrmann film Elvis seemed to bring them back together briefly. But then they fall out again, in my opinion, over Sofia Coppola's decision to make the Priscilla film based on this book. The Priscilla film, Sofia Coppola's Priscilla film, was based on this book. Barry Siegel, allegedly, Bridget Cruz told us when she joined our show, that Barry Siegel is the reason this book was decided as the base. The book was based on, no, the film was based on this book. And they say that Barry Siegel, allegedly, this is what Bridget Cruz, the auctioneer, told us. Barry Siegel brokered this deal to use this book as the basis of the making of the film Priscilla. He brokered the deal to Sofia Coppola. Another massive mistake, a book of lies, a book written 39 years ago, used as the basis of Sofia Coppola's new film, Priscilla. Finally, Priscilla was the queen again. Finally, they're making a film about Priscilla. Priscilla, they're making a film about me. I am Elvis. Priscilla, they're making a film about me. I am Elvis. And that decision, which could have led to another lawsuit between Lisa and Priscilla, that decision created a flop, a film that flopped. A failed business venture that allegedly Priscilla lost a lot of money. It flopped, failed. Sofia Coppola, you messed up. You made a mistake. You thought, Sofia Coppola, this is to you. You thought because the Baz Luhrmann film was so successful, wasn't it? The Baz Luhrmann film was massively successful with Austin Butler, made an absolute fortune. Priscilla and Lisa were involved. We know that Baz Luhrmann really wanted to keep Priscilla happy. Yeah, really wanted her on side. And I think Sofia Coppola made this same decision. Sofia Coppola felt that if she kept Priscilla on side with the making of this movie, even though Lisa Maria told Sofia Coppola that she did not want the film made, it didn't represent her father in a good light. She had emailed her 3 times, I think. But Priscilla was determined. Yeah. So Sofia Coppola, your mistake was this: making a film based on a book of lies. This is why your film flopped. You made a film based on Priscilla. This was a mistake because the fans are not happy with Priscilla. Now, yes, Priscilla has a following, but nothing like Elvis. Nothing like Elvis. So you made a mistake, Sofia Coppola. You thought keeping Priscilla on side was going to make a very successful film, a blockbuster. It wasn't even as good as a B movie. It was a very bad B movie. Yeah? So you messed up, Sofia Coppola and Priscilla. You both messed up with this film, basing it on a book of lies that made Priscilla look like a victim, made Elvis look like a bad guy. You messed up. You messed up. Right, let's go. So I think I've covered everything I want to cover now. We're not going to have time to read this, but don't worry, because we will come back to this a bit later. Yeah, I do want to carry on going through your comments before I go. I've really enjoyed it, guys. We've been here nearly 2 hours. How can someone talk for 2 hours? How is that possible? Misha, Elaine, how am I able to talk for 2 hours? Explain it to me. Right, I'm just going to go back on the comments. So, God, I've waffled so long that you've done a lot of comments. Let's start trying to rush through them. Misha, there was another person who said Elvis had bone cancer. Yes, I think there was 2. I think I've seen 2. Definitely Charlie Hodge. There was one other. If it comes to me, I'll say it. So, Pat, I would love to see Marco reappear and expose Priscilla. Well, he grassed her up, didn't he? Marco grassed up. He knew about this plot with Priscilla and Barry Siegel, and he overheard it and told Lisa. Maybe they need to put Prissy on one of the lying machines and ask her about the SA abuse and see if she lies. I'd love that. And jail her. Josie. We want justice, guys. Come on, we want justice. Thank you, Elizabeth. Gio, a few people have said it, but Billy Smith said it wasn't true and nothing was mentioned about it in the autopsy. Obviously, we're waiting for the full autopsy to come out, aren't we, guys? She did take a lie detector whilst Elvis was alive, and Elvis took one himself. Elvis passed with flying colors. I've read about this. This is to do with the unfaithfulness, yeah? Let's have a look. I don't understand why people are still pondering booking her to appear. So I'm posting the Lisa book all over these events. Now, guys, you know how I feel. That no offense to Priscilla fans, so I don't want to be rude. I'm not a Priscilla hater. I am not a Priscilla hate channel. But Priscilla fans, if you're watching this show now, I'm going to say this with respect. You have been brainwashed. You have been brainwashed. If you think there was this beautiful fairy tale where Elvis and Priscilla were so happy and that it only went wrong because Elvis took drugs and was unfaithful, you are very, very wrong. You need to redo your research. You need to look at our live streams and really understand the wrongdoing that Priscilla did to Elvis and to Lisa and to Riley and to the twins. She has done some damage, guys. So no offense to you, because we welcome you here to help change your mind so you see the truth. Now, this book gives you an idea of the truth, guys. This book gives you an idea of what really went on. Remember, in the book, there's some graphic details about drugs and drinking and Michael Edwards and men and obviously Lisa. There's stuff that is an eye-opener. So to you Priscilla's fans out there, it's time to wake up. It's time to see the light. It's time to see the truth. Originally, you were Elvis fans. You Priscilla fans, I'm talking to you in a nice, kind way. It's time to see the truth. You originally were Elvis fans. You need to show your loyalties to Elvis and see the truth. See the truth. Not the warped version. The warped version that we all fell for in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We all fell for it, didn't we? Especially in the 80s when this came out. We fell for the bullshit, the lies. This is a book of lies. We fell for things. We have been tricked and spoon-fed and misled. That is why we're called Defending Elvis Presley. That is why Team Elvis are here. Because together we defend Elvis and his bloodline and Finley, Riley, and Harper. We defend. That's what we do. Including Benjamin, including Gladys and Vernon. That is our movement. We have a growing movement, a growing family, Team Elvis, to defend, to get the truth out there, to expose the wrongdoing of 100% Priscilla, but also other things, Memphis Mafia, and many other things. This is what we do, guys. It's time to wake up. Right. Now, I'm not going to talk about Elvis like he's an angel. Elvis made lots of mistakes. Elvis made loads of mistakes. We all do. Elvis was no angel. But he wasn't the monster that they portray him as. He was nothing like that. He was a very decent, well-brought-up, good-hearted, genuine person who always put himself last, who loved the world, loved America, loved people. He was a lovely man, a beautiful man inside and out. So the way he's been portrayed is very unfair. If you have ever seen, let's have a look. Right, a bit too graphic, Elaine, with your dead people. Right, let's have a look. I never heard it, Elaine. They even make me sad. Lisa with Elvis. Yes. Let's have a look. Right, I'm just trying to catch up now, guys. I have been high substance use disorder. We haven't seen you on for a while. I have been a nurse for 30 years. I believe Priscilla was pregnant before she got married. Okay. I'm going to say this, guys. I think there's a good chance she was pregnant. Elvis always came forward when his mistakes and apologized. He did. He definitely did. Elvis never said a bad word about Priscilla, ever. He even took blame for the divorce. He even publicly took blame for the divorce. This is how nice he was. Thank you for that comment. The nurse of the man in the wheelchair Elvis helped said she saw Lisa's too, his hair. Lisa, she was with him a little while. Right, I'm just rushing through your comments. If I've missed anyone's comments, guys, please, I'm really sorry. I do try and get most of them. So I think, are we talking about the bone cancer? Michelle says he was tested for it and had a CT scan, but it was negative, according to Dr. Nick and Larry Geller. Okay. I haven't seen that anywhere, but okay. Hi, Kate. Kate, I did read out your information about page 85. Thank you. I did read that out. Thank you very much. Okay, right. So I think we're coming to the end now, guys. We've been on for 2 hours. I'm just making sure that I haven't missed too many comments. Yeah, so that's it, guys. So, okay. So we've done 2 hours. We've had a brilliant live stream. Guys, if you've enjoyed what I've done, buy us a coffee. Hit the coffee button. Give us a super thank you, or click the thanks button. Become a member. It's only $1 a month. And please like and subscribe. We've had 50 of you watching for a couple of hours now. So we've had a brilliant live, haven't we? How lucky are we that we can come together every morning and have a cup of tea or a coffee and just chill out together. I can't think of anything better to do than be with you guys and just chat about Elvis and defending Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline. We love it. And we do want justice for Lisa Marie. We want it. And we will not forget this book. We will not. Thank you, Josie. We will not forget this book. We demand justice for Lisa Marie. We demand it. And we will keep bringing this book up regularly. I promise you that. Yeah. Now, I'm hoping to come back in a couple of hours and read the chapter 3. Yeah. Of this book. I'm hoping. We'll see. We'll see, guys. Thank you for all of your messages, and you guys have really supported me. You guys have been really good. Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Michelle and Pat and Josie and Caroline and anyone that is a bit shy to join us. Thank you so much. There's 50 of you watching. Thank you so much for watching our daily live streams. It really matters to us. Even if you're a bit shy to join in, it's okay. Please visit again. Please subscribe. Please like. If you hit the notification bell, hopefully you'll be notified when we go live. Thanks, Emily and Jane and Debbie and Lorna. All of you. Pam. All of you. You take care, guys. I'll let you say goodbye. Thanks, Pat. Sending you all love. Brilliant. We had such a good time. We've had such a good time. Now, I want to walk the dogs, but it's probably snowing. Take care, guys. All the best. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Renee. Hope you enjoyed it, my friend. I like your new name, Renee. Hidden Minds, Elvis Uncovered. Brilliant name, my friend. Brilliant. Jump over and subscribe to Renee, please. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Elvis and Lisa Marie forever. Brilliant. Karen, loved it. We had a brilliant time. All the best. Peace and love to all of you.